What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In the garage today. It's been a while since we messed with the race car. It's been about a week since we started it. We went on vacation last weekend. Had a great time. Went to Niagara Falls. That was really amazing. If you've never been to Niagara Falls, I would suggest going. I've been wanting to go my whole life. Me, Kelly, and Chase went. We really had a good time. It was really fun.
It is undisturbed by engine noise, vibration, or exhaust. So which one should we go? And are unlike any others that journey into the St. Lawrence River and finally to the Atlantic Ocean. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Niagara Falls.
Whoa! I can barely see it, it's so misty.
That's what it's so misty.
Speaking of mist, think about it and really figure out what this is the cloud. This isn't mist, this is just a cloud.
Pretty wet. Oh my God! Wow! That is wet. I know, right? How choppy it is. Completely surrounded by the water bubbles.
Wow, that's a lot of water.
Wonder how many phones have went in here. But now we're back to the race car. So what we got going on today, we've got some racing happening this weekend. We've got to decide what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do exactly this weekend yet. It's kind of up in the air. Billy the Kid, Street Racing Channel, they have a race at 304 Motorsports Park. It's like 350 miles away. It's in West Virginia. And it's a reschedule from what was supposed to happen a month ago, 2 months ago. And it got rained out, so they pushed it back. So this weekend, now granted, it's the beginning of the week, and it changes a lot. Everything changes on the rain schedule, so it may be okay. They've got a game plan, so they are pushing it back possibly if it rains on Friday. So then it would be, instead of Friday and Saturday, it would be Saturday and Sunday. It's a long ways away. I just took a bunch of days off at work, so I don't know that I can miss work on Monday. So if it looks like that's going to happen, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go there. So we'll see, and I'll keep you guys up to date. I don't know exactly what we're going to do with that yet. So that's what the game plan. That's what the game plan was, is to go race in there. Randy, Pro Mod Randy, Pete got his tuned up on the dyno. I don't know if he actually got any video or not. I don't know if he's going to post it on his channel or not, but made some pretty reasonable horsepower. So private testing is happening this week at Rockingham. So Rockingham, we're taking his on Thursday night, and we're going to be doing some testing. Pete is going to gradually creep up. He ain't going to get out there and try to go full tilt right out the gate. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to test it, hopefully make some good passes, shake down A to B, and get the car back working good. Now, they do have a race. Mike Hill has a race there Friday and Saturday. Weather is looking good there for Saturday right now. He has all steel, all glass. So Randy may take his car to that one. So we may end up splitting. So I may take mine to the Street Racing Channel. He may take his to Rockingham. I may not take mine anywhere. They've also got a gangster Something 490 index class, no clock. I think they call it 490. We could take mine and run in that class. We could try to slow it down and run index with it. I don't know if I want to do that or not. David Braxton's got a race. I think he's doing a small tire race down at Coastal Plains. So we got a lot of options this weekend. So I don't know what exactly we're going to do, but I'm going to work on race car. We have not cranked it up in over a week, so we're going to fire it up real quick, and we're going to see what happens. And I got to get the weight out of it. I'll show you how much weight we had in it for the Nahunta race. That was an absolute disaster. So it was fun though. We had a good time, but it just did not work out for us. Don't forget, if you like garage stuff, if you like having things to talk about or sitting on your desk, if you want to get entered to win this helmet that all my crew have signed, just go to turbojohnracing.com and you'll see it. Buy a flip coin. We're only selling 50. There's only like, I think 12 or 13 left. So as soon as we hit 50, we're shutting it off, and then we're going to give that away to one of you guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. All right, guys. So you can see this is the helmet. I got to get all my other crew people to sign it, but I think that's pretty cool. So these are the 50 coins. We ended up numbering them on the side. So when you pick your numbers, like, you'll actually get that number on your coin. We're going to put them all in a bag and draw it out. I appreciate you guys. So for $20, that's not too bad. Engine, we have not had any issues with. We backed out of the trailer. Everything was fine, so that was good. Notice this ride height is still kind of low. We still got all the weight in the car from when we were at Nahunta. So we need to pull some weight out. We got 300 pounds in it, 350 pounds. So let's go ahead and show you that. Let's go ahead and get that out. Okay, so this is how much weight we got in the car now. So there's 3 there. Those are basically 50 pounds a piece. So that's 150. Same thing on that side. So that gives us 300. And then these are like 25, 30 pounds a piece. 26 and 26. So we got 350 pounds in the back of it now. So for a front side no prep that is pretty good, that's probably going to be a little too much weight. Now we got 95 pound springs on the back. So I'm going to take out and put this down to 200. So we're going to take 150 pounds out the back. So basically, take these 2 little ones off in one of these, and then that's going to raise the back of the car. Let's measure it real quick. All right, so right now, I'm going to just measure it on this. Wow, that thing is low. Like 23 and a half is a little bit more than that. A little bit more than 23 and a half. So that is low. Let's take out some weight and see exactly how much it comes up. Okay, guys, well, we got that weight out real super easy. Back of the car did rise up. Let's see how much it went up. So taking that weight out 3/4 inch-ish, almost an inch. So I got 95 pound springs on the back. And so if you have a very weak spring, then obviously the weaker spring, the more weight you put on it, the more it compresses. Now, sometimes you'll see cars, they'll kind of do a bunny hop. So when they let off the trans brake button, they'll go boop, 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 and they bunny hop in the back. In my opinion, 2 things: too much air pressure in the tire, but also they don't have enough weight in the back of the car for the spring. So generally, like for this car, like when we run like real good front side, I run no weight in the back of the car. So I'll take all the weight out. It's like 54% on the nose, but then I'll take and put the real soft radial spring back on, the 50 pound spring, and then it squats and then it's good. But if I take all of this weight out with this heavy spring, the car will, like, it porpoises. Burp, burp. I don't know if y'all remember that. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you remember. So let's take a look now. Let's crank this thing up. We ain't cranked it up, like I said, in about a week. So let's crank it up and see what happens here. It should crank right up, and we'll just crank it up, let it run. So, one of these sides is not like the other. Header's off. The reason the header is off is because when I cranked it up, I come over here and it felt like it had a little exhaust leak. And this one is not near as bad as the other one. But down here, right, you can see where it's been kind of leaking down. Obviously, you get a lot of condensation, but there's a little crack right in there. It's hard to see it. If I shine the light in it, you can see it. It's coming. Obviously, welds are not the best, but they have held up for a season and a half. So we're going to re-weld that, which obviously cleaning it up and welding it the best you can. That's all you can do on this stuff. So we'll go all the way around that flange to get a good, nice, tight seal there. So hopefully that'll work. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, I bought this a couple weeks ago. Y'all seen them when they were on TikTok and Facebook. They've been showing them. And this is from Billet Pro Shop. It's a 3D printed, I think you can do a Nova or a Mustang, but I mean, obviously Mustang. I'm all about a Mustang. So this kind of shows you how a 4-link works. So Kelly printed it off, and then I went to the local hardware store and got the pins. They've got a complete part list that you can order to make all this work. But this is really cool. Let me set you up on the little tripod so I can show you. This is a really good illustration on how 4-link suspension works. Obviously, it's exaggerated and it's not to scale. I mean, obviously, but it kind of gives you an idea. Let me show you. Okay, so check this out. So this, and you can play with it. Obviously, there's a lot of adjustment, but right there, watch what happens. So when you push down, I'm pushing down on the lever back here. So this is, you can see it articulating back here, simulating the rear end, pushing the bottom bar, and pulling the top bar. And you can see that, right? You can see it push the bottom and pull the top. That's exactly what happens on a race car. So when you're messing with 4-link suspension. So this thing pushes and pulls, and then it picks up completely up here. Boom. What would you say that is? So if you were doing the calculations, the rear tire here, and then the center of gravity height out here somewhere. Remember, there's a neutral line. So the neutral line goes from here to here. If this pickup point is directly on that neutral line, then it picks up neither the front or the back. It doesn't squat. Nothing happens. And that's exactly what happens on this. Boom. It just kind of picks it up evenly. And this thing is very sensitive, obviously, because we're making big changes. The rear spread is really big. The top spread is, the back spread is big. The front spread is close on this one. You can see they're really close. They're actually exactly together. So what do you think will happen if I move this top bar and put a little bit more angle in it? So move that up one hole. So let's see what happens. And it's real easy. These are adjustable as well. So I'm going to just move that up one hole. Slide it through. Boom. And if you need to adjust it, you can. So now we have essentially put more anti-squat into this hot rod. And then what happens? Look, see the back? Look, what happens first? The first movement is the back of the car comes up. Boom. And then it lifts the front. So the back lifts first, and then it picks up the whole car. Boom. That's a little bit over 100% anti-squat, right? Boom. You can see it. It's moving there. So let's move it up one more hole. And you have to kind of keep track of where you're going and what you're doing. So now we have added more top bar angle there. And you can see it's pretty steep. So what happens? More anti-squat. Look at that. Look. Oh, boy. So now you can see the pickup point has drastically changed. So now the top bar at the bottom is still pushing. The top is still pulling. But now you get a ton of anti-squat. So it clearly lifts the back way before it picks up the front. So now the anti-squat line, your 100% line that goes through here, that 100% anti-squat line is now, this pickup point is on the top side of it. So it's more than 100%, probably by a significant amount. And so then it goes up. So let's go back down to our 100. So we moved it 2 spots. So this right here should be back to our 100, back to our neutral. And see, now we're back here. So a couple things here now. Okay, so we got this. So we're like, okay, well, cool. So now we're back to 100. Essentially, it lifts about perfect when it does that. So now what happens? Let's see what happens if we move it down below that. one. So we're going to go down. So now the instant center should be further out forward. This is like a parallel 4-link. So now the instant center is further out. So it should be less than 100%. So when I push on this, now what should happen? Let's see, get in the comments. What do you think is going to happen? Is front end going to come up or is it going to still be neutral? Look, you see that? So now the front end comes up and then the back of the car picks up. So isn't that interesting? And then it picks up there and you see it pushing and pulling. And so that is an exact representation of how 4-link works. And so boom, wheelie, and then it squats in the back. Some people say it doesn't actually squat, but I do believe it does squat. So it squats in the back, picks up the nose, articulates around, and then you're set. And so that's just playing with the top bar. Now playing with the bottom bar obviously does the same thing. So now we're back to 100% anti-squat. So if we take this, let's take this bottom bar and then move it down. We're in the top hole. Let's move it down a hole. And like I said, these are significant changes when you're doing this. So now we have taken some anti-squat out. And so essentially what should happen is the front end should come up first. And look how exaggerated that is. So look how much it pushes. So that is just moving it down. You can see the bars are articulating. And it really, I mean, it just pushes and pulls. And then bam, it does monster wheelie. Bam, tuck all the, either put bite in it or tuck bite out. I don't know what you call it. But that is 100%. Like that right there shows you exactly the relationship and how this works. So now let's take this bottom one here and move it up a hole. Bottom bar is now actually going, it's about level now actually. It's level. And then the top bar. So it's still got a ton of, so that changed it a little bit different than what I expected it to do. No, that's right. No, that's exactly right. We tuck it and we took less anti-squat out of it again. So now we dropped it down again by moving that up. And so now you can see it actually tops out. It just completely tops it out. So then it's like, okay, so let's move this one back up to the top again. And then I'm going to show you just on the top bar, you can do it as well. So get that back in there. And this is, I mean, it's all 3D, plastic. It's printed, 3D printed, which is, I had seen them made this, and then, they were playing with it, and I was like, oh, that is pretty cool. So see, now it's a little bit less. So let's put it back. Let's leave it right there. No, let's put it back to 100%. So let's move this one back down to the bottom. Now we're back to 100%. So, on a race car, you're taking notes as you're doing this, right? So you know where the bars are, you know what change it is. So let's take this one and go up one hole, the top bar going up one hole. So now we should be, in theory, we're going to be less than 100% again. So the instant center moved out. So it's still up, but it is further out longer now. And so the front end's going to pop, and it does a great big wheelie. Oh, boy. This is, so you can see we've been doing like 7 minutes on this thing, just playing with it. And I mean, isn't that cool? This is really cool. So now we're back to the 100% spot, essentially there. And then we can't put any more angle in the bottom bar. That's as much bottom bar angle as we can actually put in it. And then the top bar, if we take that top bar, and let's do that. Let's put the bottom bar flat completely. So let's move it all the way down to the bottom. That's actually going downhill a little bit. So now obviously right there, we're going to have a ton of front end lift because of the way it's setting. So now let's take this one and move it up a whole bunch of holes. Let's move it all the way to the top. So now, what do you think is going to happen here? Well, first we got to get our bar angles right. So we had to extend that one. Let's extend the bottom one. It's a double. It's really just like a 4-link. The way they've done this, it's got double heim joints on it, and then you're set. So right there, even right there with that bottom bar way down there, you can see it pushing and pulling. So that's an extreme angle on the top bar, and the bottom bar is flat. So let's put the angle back in the bottom bar. Now we got top bar all the way as far as it'll go. This should be massive separation. Look at that. Massive separation. So it's just something fun to play with. If you're bored, if you're at the house, if you just want to play with a toy. I mean, Billet Pro Shops, I mean, you know, it's like $15 for the download, and then you got to get it printed. If you don't have a 3D printer, then you'll have to pay somebody to print it for you. But luckily, Kelly had a 3D printer, so you just keep it right there. That's 100, and then bam, let's go. I thought that was pretty cool. It's blazing hot out here. The temperature difference between Niagara Falls and here is unbelievable. Back to the sweat. We got about another month of this. I guess technically like 3 or 4 weeks. And then we'll start getting into the fall weather. And then that way we can hopefully go really fast with this thing on some radials in the fall. So I don't know if you ever played with one of those. If you've never played with it, if you ever played with the calculators, like 10 Soldier race cars, they've got a great calculator. Baseline Suspensions has one. You can buy some as well, but those are some free ones. But what do you think about that? That's pretty cool. I'll let y'all know what we're going to do for sure Thursday night with Randy's car. And we're going to play it by ear on what we're going to do with my car. We may not race mine at all this weekend. It just is what it is. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget, if y'all want to get entered in that helmet giveaway, go to turbojohnracing.com, buy flip coin. There's only a few left. Hopefully this week we'll be doing a video picking a winner for that. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks, guys. See ya.